Joined by Hofstra head baseball coach John Russo following an 8-2 loss to Northeastern in the Colonial Athletic Association opener. Coach, thoughts on today's game?
Northeastern was what I thought they were going to be. They're, tough at the plate and played really good defense, and they got great starting pitching. Really, took away that we swung decently on the fastball. Their guy was, throwing as good as we've seen this year. Happy with, Michael Hanlon's performance. And then, I thought Steven and Tristan battled. And, I think that they made some mistakes for sure, but they didn't lose because of toughness. I thought they were really tough as freshmen and really proud of them.
All right, we'll open up to questions. Start with Eddie.
Hey, Coach. So you mentioned Steven Kanzig there. He showed some good things despite some of his struggles. What were some of the things you saw from him today?
Listen, he got out of the first inning. I was impressed with that, to find out, yesterday afternoon that he'd be getting the, Friday night start in the first game of conference, only having 2 1/3 innings underneath his belt, to have that adrenaline rush to, be able to get out of the first, I thought was really well. Gave us a good second and then got into some trouble there in the third inning. But, I liked how he held runners. I liked that he was able to throw off speed behind in the count. Steven's going to be really good and, did some good things out there today.
Franklin.
Hey, Coach. Good evening. It's almost been a week since the last time you guys played. Do you feel like you guys made adjustments in the past week that just weren't executed today?
In the era of COVID, there's a curveball thrown at us at 6:44 yesterday morning that we weren't expecting. And so like Friday night we're expecting to be a tight played game, assuming that 3 or 4 runs are going to be good enough each way. And you saw it today. We threw 3 freshmen, 1 freshman that hadn't dressed all year. And when you get thrown a curveball that late, that throws off all the plans that we had on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And so just a tough year. I think we're really prepared. I thought that the guy today that threw for them was their best guy. 92, 94 with a slider at 87 and a curveball at 82 is going to win games on Friday night. And would have loved to have seen, Jet match up on him. But I'm really happy with Steven and Tristan and Michael. And, they just needed to be a little bit better.
All right, Sam.
Yeah, Coach, you just talked about Michael O'Hanlon, a guy who hadn't appeared in a game yet this season, kind of burst onto the scene. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Just speak to how big O'Hanlon could be for your team going forward.
Agreed. He caught a break. He wasn't dressing on Thursday, and because of other situations, he gets to dress. And then not only does he dress for the first time, he gets 3 innings of work. And, he threw a lot better than he's practiced, that's for sure. But he's been really, getting coached up by, the fellow pitchers, by Blake. He was a really big recruit for us coming into this year. He's had some troubles on the baseball field, just learning to hold the running game, learning to change your looks at second, learning to hold the guy at first, and being able to throw off speed behind in the count. And those are all stuff that was different for him. And for him to go out and execute against a team against Northeastern, on less than 24 hours notice, I thought was borderline incredible. I couldn't have been more impressed by him. And more importantly, I'm super happy for him. He's a great kid. Definitely has had a tough road getting here, but I'm proud of the hard work he put in to get, today's outing.
Tony?
Hey, Coach. Looking on the offensive side of the ball, Tim Kennedy obviously stands out, or Will Kennedy, excuse me. The home run obviously in the 5th and the double as well with the walk. Can you just speak a bit about how he's able to just get on base and his plate discipline?
Will is a really streaky hitter, and we all think Will Kennedy can hit. And, I think one of the things maybe with Will is, we've been bouncing different lineups and him in and out of it. He's a little bit of a timing hitter, and, when his timing is right, he's really tough to beat. When his timing isn't, it's not the same thing. So one of the things, me and him talked about this week was with them having, probably 4 righty starters, I was going to be able to commit to him for 4 straight games. And I think the burden of knowing that at bat to at bat, he had to do something, I think he just relaxed a little bit, and really happy for Will. Will, started the season for us. I think last year as a true freshman, he was big in the Purdue series to open up the year. And, Will's a really hard worker. He's a really smart kid. He knows the little things really well, and really happy for him. And I think he's always had power, and to see the first one to left center field, and then the next homer to right field, and then to draw a walk. I mean, really happy. It's going to give us somebody to put behind, Morash right now, and just really extend our lineup.
Franklin?
Hey, Coach, yeah, you suffered today only your second loss here at home. What do you feel like the team gains from playing at home that you feel contributes to the team's overall success?
We really love being at home. I mean, today was nice weather when we started, and seeing in the home whites, and you can just tell the energy is a little different. The difference I thought today is Northeastern played, better and got better pitching, and that really swung the bats a little bit better. I'll be interested to see, coming back tomorrow. It's always easier being the home team with the quick turnaround. We'll have an 11 o'clock start tomorrow. I know Jimmy's really prepared for it. He's had a week's rest. I think Brad Camarda is basically a senior in my eyes. He's been here for 4 years, and I know he'll be really prepared for the outing. Everything starts on the mound. Everything starts the defense, and then, the offense. We're going to face really 2 tough guys. Murphy and Keene are as good as there is in the CAA. And, we're in for a battle. It's going to be a great conference weekend. Super excited for tomorrow. Today's just one day. I told the kids right when they walk through the gate, let it go, and let's get ready for tomorrow.
Eddie?
And one guy who's been struggling a little bit this year is Anthony D'Onofrio. I mean, he batted 407 last year, and he's batting 236. What are some things you've seen from him that he's just struggling with a little bit as the season continues?
Anthony is a little bit of his worst enemy. Like, one of his biggest problems is he makes too much contact. He'd almost be better off if he swung and missed a little bit more. And, I was looking at his stuff this week, and he's like a 6%, swing and miss guy, which, in theory is good, but he's almost making too much weak contact. And I think up until 2 strikes, he needs to start taking a little bit bigger hacks, and feel like he's almost putting the ball in play a little bit early. I will say this though, like, his ground balls to the left side, him sprinting down the line, his energy, those type of things were some of the things he was doing last year when he started to get going. And, I like his matchup the rest of this weekend. I really like his matchup going into Delaware next weekend. I think, he was one guy that I thought we could see getting hot here.
All right, and take one last question from Sam.
Yeah, Coach, just really quickly wanted to go back to Steven Kanzig for a second. Today was his first start, and in the past, we've seen him out of the bullpen. He had 2.1 innings of relief coming into today, and in those innings, he'd been absolutely nails. Today, when he hit the 3rd inning, he kind of ran into a wall, and that's when their offense started to get going. I'm curious what you're thinking. Are you going to continue to use Kanzig as a starter, or are you going to use him more out of the bullpen?
It's a great question. We'll play it out. We've got to, get Jack back in the rotation, and then, at some point this weekend, we'll see Ryan Rue and see where Rue's back to. And the great thing about Steven is he's got the same demeanor all the time. I mean, you can bring him in with the bases loaded. You can bring him in to start an inning. You could start him in a game. He's about the same guy every day. And I really like that about him and Nemjo, to be honest. Nemjo's the carefree attitude too. And you can basically do anything with either guy. Steven, he gives us versatility, gives us options. And, we still got a couple other guys to throw this weekend. And, I think it'll be a week-to-week basis. But right now with these 4 9-inning games, you're looking at covering 36 innings. So there's going to be a lot of innings to be ate by a lot of guys.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time. Guys, thank you for the questions. And good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach.
Guys.
Thanks, Coach.
See you. Have a good one.